lose weight, not more. In this video, I will talk about particularly postpartum weight. Weight loss is one of the most searched topics on internet. I am again not a medical professional. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a dietitian, nutritionist who can give you recommendations. So please do not consider this video as a medical recommendation. It is not. It's my personal experience, which I would like to share with you. It may work for you, it may not work for you, but you can give it a try since it works for me. A video about PCOD, and this was before I conceived. I did have a lot of health issues at that time, and I lost a large amount of weight, and then I conceived. I had 2 children. Though I used to do a little bit of walking and all of that, I did not focus much on weight loss at that time. The first thing I did was talk about my gym, and I started to be a little careful with eating because I also stopped breastfeeding my child. I was a little careful with my eating and not eating a lot of carbs and fat and junk food, and all that has come down drastically. And then with 2 kids, toddlers at home, managing time for exercising was a proven task. But I managed to, put some time on my calendar and go to the gym. Before my deliveries, for me, losing weight was a little difficult because I had PCOD and thyroid, but it was not so difficult. What I experienced is that I did a lot of workouts. I lifted weights. I started to watch what I eat and started to count my calories, but nothing was happening to my weight. Some point I understood that I had to put in more efforts, put in a lot of energy in losing weight. Nevertheless, going to a gym, I did go to gym for a couple of months, and unfortunately it did not work out because the schedule of the trainer and my free schedule was not matching, and there was no point in going to the gym at a time where the trainer is not available. Then it's just like walking in the garden. You just do this and that and come back. And also plus a hole in your pocket. It clearly didn't work out. So what I did is, after about 2 months of going to the gym, one fine day, I decided that I would not go to gym anymore. In the interim, I would just continue walking and watch what I eat. But I clearly knew that gym was not working out for me, at least at that point of time. What I thought of is I really didn't know what I would do. I kind of started to do a little bit of research to see how postpartum mothers lose weight, what other things work for them, and that's one of the reasons why I want to make this video, especially an Indian mother, because a lot of people I have seen are foreigners who spoke about postpartum weight loss through this. And today, yes, and I'm so happy that I bumped into this video of one of the doctors who spoke about intermittent fasting. Yes, I'm not talking about intermittent fasting because it is trending right now, but this is something I personally experience and do every single day from last 1 year. I was in an unhealthy BMI range after I had delivered my second child. My BMI was in obese category. I was very excited about this because I never heard of intermittent fasting. I did do fasting a few times in my life, but to lose weight, eating fast, and this whole thing was exciting because what I had experienced all these years since that, when I would go to gym and work out and I want to lose weight, I watched what I ate. I was very particular of the calorie intake. I was particular of my carbs, my protein, my fat intake. But fasting is about being particular about nothing. I mean, you don't eat anything. And that was like, wow, it was fantastic. So then I started to research about intermittent fasting. And after, I think I spent a good 2 to 3 weeks, I went through a lot of doctors who spoke about intermittent fasting. How does this work? Does it work for a postpartum mother, a mother who delivered 2 children, who had 2 C-sections, thyroid, which I reversed, I have diabetes, which I reversed, and I really didn't know whether it's going to work for me or not, but I knew that I can give it a try. And I was not really sure, is this going to work for me, not work for me, but I think I wanted to try because this was very fascinating for me that you don't eat anything at all and you just on water. And I was like, really, really nice thing. The only Sad part I would experience is that I'm someone who loves to have chai and tea all the time. And that's one of my staples. I wake up and have breakfast and I love to have tea. And tea is my fuel for the day. I wanted to give it a try. So what I did is in last year, 2023, I started my fasting in April. And by July, August, I had lost 10 kgs. And I'm going to tell you the tips of how it worked and what I did, what I didn't do, what is a good thing, the bad thing. With all the research I did on intermittent fasting, now this is particularly for postpartum mothers. You need to understand the design of fasting. What is fasting? What happens to your body when you fast? And how should you break your fast? How long should you fast? His questions are something which I'd like to talk about in this video. There are 4 recommendations I give of doctors who I have followed, and I strongly recommend you follow too. Dr. Sachin Panda. Dr. Sachin Panda is given a lot of credibility for his research he did for intermittent fasting. He has written a couple of books on intermittent fasting and the other research work. You can go to Amazon, place an order for his book. And Dr. Sachin Panda has spoken about intermittent fasting in not on YouTube videos, Dr. Mindy. And I will leave this information in the description box below so you can access them. Dr. Mindy. She's a nutritionist and health expert. Knows through intermittent fasting, how a woman should fast. Obviously, a woman's body is different from a man. What are the do's, don'ts? She talks about them. I follow Dr. Mindy. The next is Dr. Eric Bird, very famous doctor on YouTube. Please follow him. He gives very nice tips. He explains how the fasting works. And the last is our very own Indian, very famous, the Medcom doctor, Dr. Pal. I really like Dr. Pal's videos because he not only did intermittent fasting and he lost weight, but there are a lot of people who actually follow him and his diet, and they also take these weight loss challenges and all with him. So these 4 people, please follow them on the social media, YouTube, the social platforms. They share a lot of tips and you can actually see which ones will suit you, and based on that you can work on things accordingly. During intermittent fasting, before I talk about the do's and don'ts and what works for me, there are 2 important words which I'd like you to note and research once you're done with watching this video. One is ketosis. And second is autophagy. Ketosis and autophagy. Ketosis is a process where your body starts to make energy from the stored fat. So fasting, ketosis, fasting, autophagy. Autophagy is another beautiful word, and autophagy is nothing but it's a reset for your body where all the useless and dead cells, they leave your body, they've flushed, the toxic cells. But that takes about 7 days of fasting. I remember going to my husband and talking about autophagy, and I told him that it seems we should have 7 days fast. And I remember he saying that 7 days, forget about 7 days. On day 2, I'm going to slip into coma. So don't slip into coma. Don't push your body too hard. Listen to your body. Your body will give you warning signs. So you want to really tell you that, I can't do this. This is it. This is the max limit. Listen to your body. Push your body, but one step at a time. So to keep in mind, my target for 2024 is lose another 10 kg. So I'm 79 right now, and I was targeting to be 69, 68. So I intend to hit 68, and for my height, about 65 to 70 is the ideal way. So I'm planning to hit 68 by the end of this year. So let's see, I would also make some follow-up videos to see how my weight loss progress is with intermittent fasting. So the first thing what you need to understand is fasting, do not start off with fasting for 24 hours unless you have done it before. When I started intermittent fasting, I started with a 12 hours window. I started, say on a Monday, I started with 12 hours. And I did 12 hours fast for about 2.5 weeks. And then I increased it with 2 hours. I went for a 14 hours fast, and then 16 hours, and then 18 hours. Till now, and every window I gave at least 2 to 3 weeks for me to settle down. That's one of the important things to do. when you start fasting, don't fast for 20 hours in the first go. Again, unless you're used to fasting. If you are new to fasting, start slow. Start with 10 hours fast first and then increase it gradually. So if you have, say, 12 hours fast and then try to do it for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, as once you're comfortable with the 12 hours fast, then you increase 1 hour or maybe 2 hours and then go to 14 hours or 16 hours fast. And that's totally up to you. Popular fasting numbers is 16-8, which is 16 hours you fast and 8 hours is your eating window. So you eat during those 8 hours, but 16 hours you fast. Since it's been over 1 year I'm fasting, I can very comfortably pull a 22 hours of fasting. I make sure I fast for 20 hours at least once a week. Till now, unfortunately, I couldn't pull a 24 hours fast. I tried to, I think, about 22.5 or 23-ish, but I couldn't really pull out 24 hours fast. I couldn't do it. I wish I would get there. But again, I listen to my body. Since I do have certain other conditions, I tried not to push very hard. So people think that if I'm fasting for, say, 60 hours or 20 hours, in my eating window, I can eat whatever I want. That's a very wrong practice. Remember one thing is that whether you're fasting or not, whatever you eat is going to bring calories and nutrients to your body. So it will affect your body in some way or the other. Whether you're fasting or you're not fasting, make sure whatever you eat isn't too much of junk food. It was a big relief for me when I got to know this, and I would want you to know about it too. So when you're fasting for 16 hours, 18 hours, 20 hours, 24 hours, what happens? Like, can you take water? Can you take any other beverage? Or because clearly you're not eating anything. So what about the beverage as well? Drink water and pour water. Stay hydrated. Very important. Water is free. It is available. And no zero-calorie beverage. That's the best beverage you can ever have. So many health benefits. Stay hydrated. Now, another very important thing is I personally wake up and start my day with a black coffee without sugar. The moment you can take any beverage which is 0 calories, and there are 0-calorie beverages we have. Black coffee without sugar is a lot of them. Again, no adding of sugar, no adding of milk in the coffee. That's a 0-calorie beverage. But I do start my day with a black coffee. And then I put in about, again, 2 to 3 hours or 4 to 5 hours of fast after I have my black coffee. A lot of doctors also mention this in the videos is, in the doctor, I'm not losing weight with intermittent fasting. It's because the first meal you take when you're breaking fast is very important. In fact, the most important, which really set your day, set, tone for the rest of your day. So make sure that the first meal is not high on sugar, not high on carbs. What you can do is start eating with a lot of vegetables. Yes, lot of vegetables or anything which is heavy on fiber. Your first meal should always be high on fiber. So don't take rice, roti, or anything like pizza, pasta. No. Take anything which is high on fiber. Take vegetables as the first meal when you break the fast, so your sugar levels don't shoot up. And then for the second meal, if you really wish to, then you can include a little bit of carbs there. You not only are going to focus on the fasting window, you also have to focus on the eating window. So make plans of what you're going to eat in those 8 hours, because remember that you're depleting your body with calories. So in those 8 hours, or whatever your eating window is, you need to make sure you're eating nutrient food, which is enough for you in the fasting window, or whatever healthy nutrients your body needs for day-to-day functioning. You're giving it to your body and not deleting the important micronutrients and calories in deaths in young Indians, where they're pushing too hard and exercising a lot, taking excessive stress, working for long hours. Make sure you listen to your body. Your body will talk to you. Your body will tell you, no, I can't do it. Or maybe I need rest. This is too much for me. When your body signals you that I need rest, I feel fatigued, I feel nauseous, I feel weak, please take rest. Let your body rejuvenate. Give that time to your body. Don't put your body through extreme stress that it is difficult for, it is difficult for the body to cope up and get back to the normalcy. Or not keeping it at too high, but 5,000. Anything above 5,000 is a luxury. But I target at about 3,000 to 5,000 steps a day. Walking, brisk walking, preferably try to keep it at least 3,000 to 5,000 steps so you are active. Now, before changing any routine, if you have, say, diabetes or high blood pressure or any other condition, please consult your doctor. In 5 months is no big deal. Because I personally do not have any target to lose weight. I simply want to be in the healthy BMI, and therefore the choice to lose weight slowly. Now, when you lose weight, make sure you're losing it in a healthy way. Don't lose 10 kgs in 1 month. That is going to be fatal. It is going to be a catastrophe. So don't do that. In losing weight of about 1.5 to 3 to 4 kgs or 3 kgs a month is healthy, is considered healthy. So you're giving your body enough time to get adjusted to the body weight. So since I don't have any paucity of time, or I won't have any hard stop, intermittent fasting works like that. It does not work that 4-5 months you lose weight, and then if you stop fasting, you eat, it's going to come back. The weight is going to come back. So make fasting your way of life. What I'd suggest is, even let's say you hit the weight loss or target you wanted to, say you lost 20 kgs, and now what? When you stop fasting, and let's try for you 12 to 14 hours fasting every day. So you stay with that discipline. If you have any stories of weight loss with intermittent fasting, this video particularly being an intermittent fasting video. If you are a postpartum mother, if you have done anything differently to lose weight, comment below, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Stay blessed. See you in my next video.